Okay, this is Andrew with Jordan Home Inspections. We're doing a sewer scope today here in South Jordan. We're at 11784 Outfitter Way. We have the camera pushed out 84 feet to the city connection. And today is February 12th, 2025. So we're going to pull the camera back and see what we find. That first connection point is called the nose on. That's where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. It looks like a good connection there. This is PVC pipe. That's what they use on most new construction. You'll notice this line has a fair amount of buildup. And you'll notice as we get closer under the house, there's some standing water, which indicates that you have bad grade. That's an access point, and I think where that is right beyond the corner of the house, right by the driveway on the garage side of the house. You have an access point. This one is buried in concrete. It's not a great place for it because first, had it not been buried, it would have been kind of a protruding hazard right in front of the gate, but with where they put it, they kind of had to bury it in the concrete, but that makes it so that you can't access it. And so they should have had gravel around it, at least for the first 8 inches or so. That way you could get a tool on the clean out cap to remove it. This doesn't look like the type that you'd be able to remove very easily. That feels like a little bit of an offset. As you notice, as my camera goes into this next section of pipe, how it drops. Generally don't have such an abrupt drop. I think in this case, if there is a lip, it's at least going in the direction where waste isn't going to get stuck on it, but that's a non-standard connection. You'll notice a little bit of standing water through here. Not enough that it's covering my camera head, but enough that it looks like it's starting to create a little bit of a sticky spot through here. I think this is under the house at this point, or at least likely under the garage. Starting to get enough buildup here that I'd recommend having it hydrojetted, which is not something that I commonly will recommend on newer builds. Looks like you might have a rock stuck in the line. Or not stuck, but in the line rather. I'm going to flush the toilet and see if that moves. There it goes. I noticed I was pushing through some sludge and debris as I pushed my camera out. I wonder if I dislodged whatever that was so that it can start floating out again. Let that die down a little bit, and you don't have a ton of grade on this line, so running water is great, but it's never good when you have standing water. When you flush a toilet, it really should just kind of move through the line. It shouldn't just sit there and build up. So it looks like you have a slope, but you can see the water's just moving pretty slowly. There, that's standing water, so that's a flat spot right there, all through here. I'm not running any water right now. You can see how the waste is swirling around, not really moving. I would recommend having a drain specialist come and locate that and give you a price to re-slope it. But I mean, if that's under the house, it's going to be hard to access because you have to open up some concrete to be able to get to it. Push this out because I want to see one item. This house does have a back water valve. There it is. I noticed when I pushed my camera through, this back water valve was stuck open. It's basically a flap that lets waste out, but if you were to have any wastewater back up from the city connection, it's going to hit that flap and make it harder to back up into the basement bathroom. I don't normally push my camera through it because it can get stuck and not come back through. Here I'm right next to the toilet, so I can flush the toilet and that flaps it open. In either case, what I'm getting at is this was stuck open when I got here, which is not good. It looks like it's moved back down now. I'm just going to flush the toilet and see if it operates smoothly. Okay, looks like the water made its way through. Still draining through. I'm going to recommend just opening up that back water valve and just cleaning it out. That way it operates as smooth as possible. You don't want it getting stuck open or worse, stuck closed where waste isn't going to flow out. Certainly the most important thing with this line is that you have a flat spot and a lot of buildup as a result of all the slow draining water. It's hard to predict whether that would ever actually cause a backup, but already it's starting to cause a sticky spot, and so I'd recommend cleaning it out, which is not typically something you need to do on newer lines. And so I think this line would require a little more maintenance than if it had been put in with proper grade. I'm going to end this recording now.